welcome to another episode of Chatty Broads with Bekah and Jess.
Well, hello, broads.
Hello.
Oh my god, when you said that, the feedback was insane.
In your headphones? Hello. Let's get chatty.
What if this is how people are starting? I'm just picturing like mothers waking up at 5 a.m.
They're nursing. I know people are always like, I was nursing my son while listening to this. Like, oh my God.
Like, I'm so sorry.
Their husbands or boyfriends are in the kitchen, like,
They're like, turn that
spilling the
shit
coffee
off.
as they're.
The dogs are howling. The cats are screaming. The goldfish have died. They're all
From the supersonic waves. Let's get chatty. The walls are shaking. Oh my God, my throat.
Girl, protect those vocal cords.
Right? I know.
I heard you're dropping that album soon. You got to protect
Yeah,
those cords.
I know. That's why I'm wearing my beanie and cool shirt today. I'm looking cool for my album.
Also,
my
I
new
feel
album.
like I would love the idea of you and Gray putting out an album.
That would be. You want to talk about like killing goldfish from sonic waves and like all that kind of stuff?
You don't have a bad voice. I've heard you like joke around singing before.
Okay, yeah, sure, not bad. You know who has a bad voice?
It's Gray's bad.
He's tone deaf.
Really?
Like,
can he play any instruments?
I don't
or
know if
anything?
he's diagnosably tone deaf, but like I'm telling you, like when he tries, he'll like sing a song like, oh, you know that one song, and he'll start singing it. This happened with our friends. There was like 5 of us, and we're all like.
And you
What?
have no idea.
And then I was like, what are these lyrics? And then I'm Googling them and, you know, they're like a freaking Taylor Swift song or something. And yeah, you just can't.
He's
It's
just
completely not recognizable.
He's
when
just
he sings
singing happy birthday and you have no clue. You can't even recognize. You're just like, I have no idea what this song is.
And like if he claps to like start to be on beat or something, he's like, you know how hard it is to like clap off beat? Well, he is a master at it.
I mean, but maybe then you guys could have like a very avant-garde.
Yeah, no. What's that called? Like noise. I can't think of what it's called. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like,
where it's basically an excuse for having like a kind of a shit album where you're like, it's just like experimental noise.
yes, something like that. Exactly.
I think that was like what Yoko Ono did when she was like doing like that singing.
Well, she was a performance artist. So
That's
that's a pretty natural segue, I would say. Now for us,
performance art though, by the way, those, I know people are like would shit on those Yoko Ono videos. I would watch those enthralled. Like I find her to be captivating.
yeah, I mean, she is actually like, we learned all about her in my classes. She is a pretty groundbreaking performance artist. She was doing shit before everyone else was doing it.
Yeah, she was like, everyone was giving her shit, and now I feel like if she came out, she would be worshipped and be like so cool.
Or she would be like, they'd be like, oh, is this a parody of performance art? Only because she was the first one to do it, and now so many people have come after her trying to emulate something similar.
Justice for Yoko, honestly. Come on.
Did people really hate on her?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Wow. I guess that's the contrast because, like I said, in my art classes, everyone is like, she is one of the goddesses of performance art.
I mean, we celebrate her, but I think you and Gray could try something like that. For me, mostly it's the album cover. I just can picture you guys. You know,
I'm down with that. I love a good photo shoot.
Standing up. One of you is standing up. One of you is sitting down, both looking directly into the camera, very serious.
I like that.
I just picture it. And then, you know, who knows what tracks could be on it.
Yeah, that probably won't be happening. But, you know, maybe one day if my Instagram gets deleted, then I'll have to resort to dropping a Spotify career. No, I don't even want to go there. Honestly, it makes me so mad. And a bunch of people are like, it's to protect children. And I'm like, then why are you only removing certain photos of children who fit female gender norms? That's so weird. That's so weird.
I know. Well, and then the sister thing too was, it was just,
my God.
It was a week. Like, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
It was a week. Like, I told Becca before we started recording, I was like, I'm really out of it, so I apologize if I say something strange. It's just more like out of it, like when I'm like in the middle of typing an email and my brain just starts drifting off, and then I'm just staring at like 2 words and I have no idea what I was going to say. Just too many thoughts.
I stayed up. I got in bed at 9:30. I stayed up till midnight reading a book last night.
Oh my God, what book?
I know. So today I'm feeling like, and I also worked out this morning. And so I'm just like, I am killing it at life.
I love that.
No, it's this book called A Little Life. Jess, I think you'd actually really like it. It's devastatingly sad and horrible and horrific. God. But it's about people's lives. And
is it a fiction?
Mm-hmm. Okay. But it's about these 4 guys who like all grow up in college together and about each of their lives. I am such a glutton for like sad books in particular.
Okay.
Movies are kind of hard sometimes for visuals for me.
But the books you eat it up.
I can't get enough.
But the visuals is a no.
It's a little bit like I can do it, but it's a little bit too much. But like there's something about like dipping into like the misery of certain human existences that is almost comforting, because I'm like, wow, we're all in this shithole together. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so I stayed up like 3 hours reading.
Are you like that with sad music?
I do like sad music sometimes. Like if I'm really sad, if I'm like, and every once in a while I'm into it. Lately I haven't been.
Do you know what I thought about legit? Maybe this is what's now spurring on me saying that you guys should have a record together. I thought about this a couple days ago. I'm like, do you know something? I feel like I know a lot about you. Do you know what I don't know about you? What music you listen to.
Oh.
I know nothing about your music.
I actually don't know that about you either.
No, that's something that I'm like, that's a kind of weird thing that like we don't. I'm like, if someone was like, Jessica, like I will give you
talk about that.
$100 million if you tell me Becca's favorite artist or like top 3. I'd be like, I want that
do
cash.
Do it right now.
What, guess your favorite artist? What I'm telling you, I don't know. Like
the only thing I know about you is the songs by that artist with the Enneagram numbers that's tattooed on your head. That's like the only thing I know about your music taste.
Yeah,
hey, we both like Christian music artists. We've talked about that.
That's true. Yeah, if someone was like, I'll give you $100 million if you tell me, I'd be like
Relient K.
Saint is real.
I mean, that was like Relient K was my first favorite band ever, so that counts for something, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Okay, do you have like favorite bands?
You know what's kind of I'm tough with music, I feel like. Okay. And that's why we haven't talked about it, because I feel like I like a large variety and it's very dependent on my mood.
Yeah.
I listen mostly to like Billie Holiday, Etta James. Like that's more like on a daily basis. I listen to a lot of those artists.
Have you ever read David Sedaris or like listened to any of his books?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard him do his Billie Holiday impression?
No.
Okay, well, he has this like really famous story about when he worked as an elf in a department store. Okay. Which you guys should look this up. Look up David Sedaris, something in Toyland. Anyway, if you look up David Sedaris elf, it'll come up. And he reads it. And in the story, he's like talking about how he would do an impression as an elf in the department store of singing away in a manger in a Billie Holiday voice. And he'd be like, away in a manger, no crib for a bed. And you have to...
Okay, hold on a second. 2 things. Number 1, you sounded just like her.
No, I sound just like David Sedaris doing his Billie Holiday impression.
Then that you sound just like David Sedaris doing Billie Holiday. Number 2, that was actually very good.
Thank you. So you should listen to it. It's so good. Anyway, regardless. Okay, but that's what you listen to on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, I listen like in the background to a lot of like music from the 1950s and 60s, like jazz, blues. Okay. But I mean,
like, do you put like what radio do you put on like, do you put on like a Spotify radio?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you usually, what's your go-to?
Do you know which one I love?
Okay.
Palm Springs retro 60s and 70s.
That's okay. My dad listens to Yacht Rock is his favorite Spotify radio station.
That's actually really epic. All right, broads, quick pause. Listen, I am absolutely shamelessly obsessed with my pets. New toys, the best food. There's really nothing I wouldn't do or buy to keep my pets happy and healthy. And if you have cats at home, You may have never thought twice about what kind of litter you're giving your fur babies, but let me tell you, the quality matters. There's a big difference in the cheaply produced litter and the most premium, smartest litter on the market, Pretty Litter.
Pretty Litter really is the best. I use it for my cats. I love it so much. They love it as much as I do, I'm pretty sure. Pretty Litter makes cleanup so much easier. They've got ultra absorbent crystals that trap odor instantly, and they last up to a month. It's a really big deal if you're someone who has to buy cat litter like every other week, it feels. That means less scooping, way less smell than other litters, and it's shipped right to your door in an ultra convenient, super lightweight bag. So you never have to make a last minute store run for litter ever again. Plus, Pretty Litter is safer not only for your cat, but for your whole family because it doesn't contain any harsh chemicals or irritants that can be found in conventional litter.
And are you all ready for the coolest part? Pretty Litter helps detect illness. That's right. If there is an early sign of illness detected, Pretty Litter changes color to let you know. And cats are so notorious for hiding when they don't feel good. Pretty Litter provides a little peace of mind knowing that your cat is healthy as can be.
Love is putting your cat's health first with Pretty Litter. Do what I did. Make the switch today by visiting prettylitter.com. Use promo code chatty for 20% off your first order. That's prettylitter.com. Promo code chatty for 20% off. prettylitter.com. Promo code chatty.
So, broads, let's talk about a brand that is really paving the way for sustainability standards. Also happens to be one of our favorites for shoes and bags, and that is Rothy's. Using materials like recycled plastic water bottles and marine plastic, Rothy's crafts the cutest shoes and bags. And wow, when I say cute, I mean cute. They have adorable stuff, constantly changing styles. I'm obsessed.
So far, they've been able to transform nearly 100 million bottles into wearable items, and Rothy's are fully machine washable too. So that means you're going to get so much wear out of each pair, because when they start looking a little worn, you just toss them in the wash instead of running out for a new pair. And I swear to you, they come out looking brand new. And I have the Point shoes, which also happens to be their best selling shoe. They've already lasted me twice as long as other pairs of flats I own, thanks to the fact that I can just toss them in the wash and they look brand new.
They look brand new. It's pretty wild. Also, Rothy's are the most comfortable shoe that I own. I swear by this. For the first time I put on my Rothy's, they felt like they were just made for me. There was zero break-in period. From day one, they fit like a glove. And that's one of the reasons I find myself reaching for them so often. But for real, I was kind of in shock how comfy they were. I love the sneaker style. I wear them constantly. I keep them bright white because I can put them in the wash and I get constant compliments about them. And also, speaking of putting them in the wash, they have the cutest kid style too. You can just rewash when they look good as new. It's perfect.
Lifesaver. Check out all the amazing shoes, bags, and masks available right now at rothys.com/chatty. That's rothys.com, rothys.com/chatty. Style and sustainability meet to create your new favorites. Just head to rothys.com/chatty today. Wait, so you like, what is it? Palm Springs 50s?
Palm Springs retro 60s and 70s. I believe.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
It's fun. It's so like, it just feels good. Yeah. I listen to that during the summer.
Okay.
And then I'll listen to like Spotify, like, you know, I'll literally look up like Billie Holiday playlist and like all the artists associated with.
I feel like Spotify has really changed the way I listen to music, because I used to intentionally listen to artists when I was younger, but now like there are a lot of songs that I'm obsessed with and I couldn't actually even tell you who the artist is.
Same. No idea.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard for me to even pin down what I like to listen to now because of that. So I have I'm going through my liked songs. Do you know who I really recently was like, wow, I got to just admit it. I'm obsessed with him.
I don't know why I feel like so tingly and like excited to
it's
hear
exciting to talk about
your like your favorite artist. Do you know
who I actually love?
Who?
Like love.
Tell me.
But this doesn't, again, it's like just a random artist I'm obsessed with. Bruno Mars.
Oh.
I am obsessed. His 24 Karat Gold album, like, have you heard the new song with Anderson .Paak? I'm gonna leave the door open.
Unbelievable.
I played it like 5 times in a row.
Unbelievable.
Like,
Unbelievable.
I love Anderson .Paak. Like,
Anderson .Paak's incredible.
I've seen him live a couple times.
That was one of the moments when we had, you know, Ryan Neal on from Listen to Your Heart, and we're like, who's your favorite artist? And he was like, Anderson .Paak.
Oh,
and I was
yeah, like
check,
definitely.
Check.
Like, No Worries or NX Worries, whatever. Like that album with him and can't remember who the other person is. It's one of my favorite albums maybe ever.
So good. By the way, if you like Bruno Mars, actually one of the artists that Evan was just working with named Jamie Mill, he won, I think, The Voice, and his voice, Jamie Mill, I think, and his voice is very similar to Bruno Mars, and he'll do covers. And my friends,
Jamie Miller?
Jamie Miller.
Okay.
I think, yeah, Jamie Miller.
Okay.
His voice live, my friends. I mean, Bruno Mars. I'm not, Bruno Mars king.
Yeah.
But Jamie Miller doing a Bruno Mars song live is like he can like out-sing Bruno. And you're like, what?
Okay.
Madness.
I'll have to look it up.
I never heard of him before, and then Evan was working with him, and so he was like, you have to listen to this kid. He's like, I've never heard someone's voice live like this in my entire life. And he was showing me like him recording him live, and I'm like, there's no way this isn't live. This is live.
Wow.
Just crazy high. I mean, mental.
Okay.
But Bruno Mars king.
I love Bruno Mars. Is like his bedroom jams are just like, I'll be listening to I don't listen to them at home. I like will listen to them in my car, and I'm just like vibing hard.
Oh,
but
so good.
honestly, like I'm all over the place because I really like Americana. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of Hooray for the Riff Raff. It's like very like it's like very like Americana folk, like Appalachia, kind of really into that. I mean, I'm like I really am kind of into everything. I'm like going through my like.
Are you a mood?
Right now.
Are you a mood person? Like it just kind of depends on like how you're feeling that day.
Kind of, but like one of my friends will like always send me a song and be like, this seems like a Bekah song. Like I love who's the one band that Rob used to actually play in? Wolfpack.
Oh,
like
yes,
every
yes.
Wolfpack song, like there's a song they play called Back Pocket, like put it in your pocket, put it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
That kind of song is like just, I love that. Like a little bit indie, a little bit peppy, upbeat, like the kind of song for me, it's the mood of like driving onto the freeway when there's no traffic and there's blue skies and you're looking out at downtown LA and you're just like, I'm going to drive to meet up with my crush at the park kind of like mood. That's like kind of my favorite kind of like feeling in the song. But
I see that. I get that.
But as a teenager, I really liked Miniature Tigers and Grizzly Bear and kind of like all those sort of like indie bands that were really popular in like 2009, 2010.
Sure.
But I also just love like, I love like Sly and the Family Stone and Carole King and just like a bunch of random. I really love like 70s.
Carole King slaps.
I love Solange.
Oh.
I'm not, and I know people always give me shit. I'm not being like, oh, I like Solange better than Beyonce, but I'm actually like not a big. It's just not for me. I'm not talking about like her lyrics or anything. It's just like the vibe of the music is just not what I would put on.
Yes, I don't think I ever. No, I guess it sometimes in a mood, but like around that time, I feel like the big timers were Beyonce, Rihanna, Taylor Swift, and Katy Perry, and I was always a Rihanna person out of those four. I mean, still Rihanna. When Rihanna comes on.
Rihanna, Love on the Brain is probably one of my favorite. Is actually my favorite song of hers. Funny enough,
Rihanna. If I could like be anyone tomorrow, it would be like
bad as fuck,
dude. She's like the style,
everything she does is cool.
Everything she touches is gold. Yeah. She's just like the music. Oh my god, like the most gorgeous human on the entire planet, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I cannot. Okay, so one of my biggest, I would say probably like if those are the songs that I listen to like on a daily basis, but at least for most of my life, I was like Brit rock, Brit alternative music.
Like, such as?
I mean, it was like the Smiths was God to me. Yeah. Oasis.
Oh yeah, I do love.
I love Johnny Marr's like solo stuff, The Verve. That was all I listened to. Kasabian, like those were my concerts.
Okay.
I would go to any like Brit alt concert I could get my hands on. House of Blues, front row, bawling about whatever. I would get so emotional.
Were you into more contemporary? I really liked some contemporary British stuff. Like I loved the Wombats. I was obsessed with the Wombats.
Fantastic.
In high school, I was obsessed.
The Hives, I love.
Okay.
So much fun. Yeah.
I feel that.
That to me, that live music, nothing like it.
Oh, so
I'm
fun
just like,
too.
It's so much fun.
Who was the one that was really big that was dating Alexa Chung? what was his band?
Are you talking about the Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah, I can think of Arctic Monkeys. And also their newer stuff that came out over the past few years is so good.
So cool. Arctic Monkeys and Alex Turner, who's the lead singer, is like so hot. You know, who to me is the hottest?
Who?
Frontman of all time.
Who?
And is, I think, probably if I have to say my favorite band ever, just overall, is the Killers. Brandon Flowers. Brandon Flowers is like top 5 hotties to me. Now I know nothing of him, so like I hope that he's doing okay. But, but like
I hope I'm not getting canceled right now by saying I'm obsessed
that I'm not
with
supporting him. But my goodness, like Brandon Flowers and all of his phases, like when the Killers first started, and he had like all the eyeliner and was like emo boy, and then he went to like feathers on the shoulders, and then he did like a full Western moment. Like he is a fashion icon.
Love it. See, I wasn't as into all that stuff, but I can respect it.
Okay,
I can definitely respect it, but I was always kind of like, okay, not as much my thing. You know who? I mean, I love music. I do. I haven't, you know what? I've been kind of absent, I feel like, the past few years since I had kids. But I used to be so into music.
Going to shows is the best feeling in the entire world to me.
I remember the first time I went to...
Do you remember your first concert?
I feel like it was a Christian one.
So, same.
I think it was like Hawk Nelson or something like that.
Okay.
But actually one of the first... Shows how young I am. One of the first like not Christian concerts I went to was Mumford and Sons, actually, which they're kind of corny cliche, but they put on a fantastic show.
The musicianship is pretty mental.
I don't know what the main guy's name is, but he was like, it's always so cool when you can see him heading back on the drum, singing, doing a whole song on the drums, going to the bass, hitting everything.
And then they brought on that whole wave of like bringing all the drums on stage. I remember once around the Mumford times, like obviously it's a few years later because, you know, it's always behind in this way, but all the churches were doing it. And I remember one Christmas Eve service, Evan and I, like, we had all the drums set up, and during like, I don't know if maybe it was Little Drummer Boy, maybe it was that cliche, and we like did a breakdown, and I had a big drum in front of me, and I was like, dun, and I felt like the biggest badass ever. And then I rewatched the video and I looked ridiculous, but you know, it is what it is.
I think that sounds so cool.
It was fun.
I love that.
But everyone was getting hyped. The whole church was just like, wow.
I mean, you know, guys, you can talk shit on mega churches, but like the quality of the music performances is top notch.
And the players that go in and out, by the way, like you'll be in the green room, and like the band that you have, they're all like huge LA players. Yeah. And then they get paid well for doing these churches. So like you'll end up having, you know, Bruno Mars's guitar player as like the guitar player doing your Sunday service, and you have no idea.
Fucking sick.
But Mumford, I think my first concert was that I can remember, because I used to go to so many like musical theater constantly, but I think the first concert was Lifehouse.
What, really? I bet it was dope.
It was sick. And I had that was one of my first like celebrity encounters as a kid. My dad went with me, and he got us these like nice seats. Because that's just how my dad is, you know, doesn't matter if he has money or no money, he's going to just do it bouge if he's going to do it. And we were sitting right next to this guy who kept getting like just rows of like shots delivered to him, and he was sitting by himself. And I was like, this is a lot.
This is dark.
it was what's his face from 24, Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh at Lifehouse?
Yeah, apparently.
Like, rows of shots by himself? Guys, check on Kiefer.
Apparently he was like investing in the band, like he was like interested in working with them or whatever, but he was there by himself. And my dad and I, like, you know, I was partially watching the band, and then other times I was just, because that's when 24 was like hot, and I was like, oh my god, it's Kiefer Sutherland. And then it was just like I'm like, I mean, he's having a good time, I guess.
That brings me to a question for you. Do you prefer being at a concert like being drunk, or do you prefer, what's my ideal?
My happy concert state, I would say, is
like how many drinks, you know, really go into detail.
A little buzz. So like
caffeine with like a couple shots, like what are we talking here? Break it down.
Yeah, I mean, here's the I'm gonna get real with the broads, and I'm gonna receive some shit about it, but it is what it is.
Okay.
I like, if I'm at a concert, I like to start it off. I go out. I have a drink beforehand.
Okay.
And
what
then
drink?
typically a beer. I'm going full like Bud Light, Coors Light. I'm at a show. Have a drink, then grab another one, go outside, smoke a cigarette.
Okay.
It's when I'm in a concert like zone.
Girl.
All the musicians are hanging out in the back. Everyone's smoking on a cig, and I'm like, you know what? Every once in a while, I indulge. Okay, come for me. I enjoy it. And then go back. So I have like one cig.
Hey, that's your body, your choice.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I have,
as long as you're not blowing it in Ember's face, you know?
Yeah, Ember hasn't been with me so far when this has happened. I haven't taken her, which I can't wait to take her to concerts. Oh my God. I was really looking forward to that this year. I was so sad. She was going to start to be able to come to shows that Evan was like producing, and so she could stand like side
It'll
stage
happen.
and watch.
Give it several months.
I know. But yeah, if I'm without child, I will go have my beer, have a cigarette, come back, get another beer like while the opening band is playing and I'm like warming up. So maybe like 2 or 3 drinks. So I'm getting a solid buzz. And then the second the headliner comes on or whoever I'm there for, I want nothing in my hand. Mm-hmm. I want no drinks. I like to be right up in the center.
Do you like to mosh?
Yes.
Me too.
Really?
For sure. 100%.
Oh my God.
And I actually, I've played around, and to be honest, I like to be almost completely sober. Maybe 1 drink, maybe 2.
Okay, but like full clarity.
I like to be sharp because there is such a high from being in a crowd. Now, granted, it is nice to be just slightly, like a little bit, not fucked up. I don't know what other word to use. Like a little bit not sober, because sometimes people are fucking annoying if you are sober and people are spilling shit on you and bumping your head.
I like a little bit of a buzz too, because typically my feet are hurting because I can't not wear heels.
Right.
You know? So I feel like this is just what I need to do.
And people are stepping on your toes and shit like that. Like, so it is good to have something to take the edge off because people around you are like, you know, they're trying to take pictures. They're like, knocking their arms into your head. That's, I get a little heated. But the great thing too about a mosh pit is then you can fucking just shove them and push them out of your goddamn way. And I love it. I love it. Have you ever crowd surfed? Yeah.
I was a little nervous about crowd surfing because I was like, they're going to drop me. They're going to drop me. But it's so fun when you do it.
The first time I ever crowd surfed actually was at a Cage the Elephant concert, which, talk about a good show. They put on a good show.
Love Cage the Elephant.
Me too. And then actually at down in Costa Mesa, what's it called? The Constellation.
Yes, the observatory. The observatory Constellation Room.
They put on, normally I don't like the crowd that goes to shows there, but they put on Burger Rama or some shit like that. They do a little festival, and it's usually like garage rock.
Wait,
like
are you talking about
rock.
Are you talking about the emo
No, they do another
Beach
one.
Goth?
Oh yeah, Beach Goth.
Were you at Beach Goth?
Oh yeah, I went
to Beach Goth every single year.
I went, oh my God, I remember specifically 2014 and 15, I think both years.
I 100% went to both of those years.
No way.
Yes, 100%.
Wow.
That's super weird.
Yeah, and I was crowd surfing there.
Oh my God.
So maybe I like passed by you.
That's
sweaty.
So weird.
We might have like bumped, like we might have actually, like I was always up in the front in the mosh area. So
in 2015, I wasn't quite up in there because I was in the middle of breastfeeding Ember and my mom was watching her for the day so we could go.
Yes.
And so I was like running to the bathroom, like pumping constantly.
Oh my God. I love
it was so
that.
fun. Yeah.
I remember in 2015, my favorite thing too, it's great to be single at a concert because you can like make out with random people, have your like festival boyfriend for a day and a half. Like literally, I remember, I think it was Bone Thugs that played.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a guy who had been like my festival boyfriend the day before. Like we were literally like, you know, running around holding hands and just making out all day. And we like met making out during some set or something. And then Bone Thugs was playing and I was dancing, and then someone came up behind me and we hadn't exchanged numbers and was like putting his hands on his hips, dancing with me. I turned around and it was my festival boyfriend from the day before. And we found each other and it was just wonderful. And then that night we were supposed to hang out and I didn't hear back from him. And I was like, wow, he just straight up ghosted me. Come to find out, like a month later, he texted me. He was like, I was stage diving and broke my knee and had to go to the hospital and have surgery. And like, I'm so sorry, I'm just getting back to you, but like, I'll be in town, like blah, 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 if you want. Yeah.
I mean,
Never saw him
that could have
again,
been the love of your life.
Definitely not, but he was really hot.
Like, it was good while it lasted, hun. Yeah. You know, I have one of my best girlfriends, and, you know, now her husband as well, but they, years ago, at Coachella, she was like dancing in the middle of a field, kind of like by herself, and he spotted her. And he like came up and they like immediately started like making out.
Were they on drugs?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Magic, making out, whatever. And then she kind of like disappeared into the crowd and he was like, if I find her again, like I know, like that's my wife. Like I know her. And then the next day he saw her again, like same similar situation, not overlapping friend groups at all. And they have now been married for 10 years and they're like so in love.
It's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
I can't wait till Gray and I get to go to festivals together. It's
so fun.
But also Gray is like the person where I'm like, I like to be practically sober. Grayson is like, I will be taking random pills from people around me in the crowd. Which would probably really stress me out. So like, I don't know how
You're just
that's
batting
going.
pills out of his hands the whole time.
Nobody does not want that.
I can't wait.
But yeah, I can't wait either. I feel like actually, I'm probably wearing everyone out with this conversation, but I feel like actually a festival, if you are going to do some sort, if you're nervous about like non-monogamy, I feel like that would actually be a really good like deal if you were to go away for a weekend with friends and just be like, oh, I get to have my festival bay for a weekend.
Yeah, you have your festival weekend and that's the weekend that you guys
and you don't
just
have
like,
to actually have sex or anything, but like imagine if you have festival bay, you don't exchange numbers or anything and you just like
I feel tingly everywhere. I'm like excited. And I'm like, when is it?
When do I get to meet my festival
When am I going to meet my festival bay?
Have you ever gone to any like did you go to Coachella ever?
I never went to
Neither
Coachella.
did I. Did you ever go to like EDC?
I went to I would go to the parties. So like I would stay there and I would like hit up the parties, but I never like
honestly,
went
it seemed
in.
like such a thing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It feels like a lot of dedication.
Did you ever go to any festivals though? Like they had the ones here in LA. I went to Flognaw a couple times.
Yeah, I would go to like I remember going to the like the hardcore festivals like Under Oath and stuff.
That sounds fucking fun.
That was so much fun. And then I would go. You know what festival I love is Outside Lands in San Francisco.
I've never been, but everyone says it's so wonderful. I think it's coming back this fall.
It is.
Should we get tickets?
Girl, I got you. We don't need tickets.
Okay, queen.
My king is, I think, working with a couple artists there. So
let's get fucking babysitters for the weekend
and we'll go.
Oh yeah.
Film for the future Patreon. meet our festival bays.
I also liked going to the hippie ones. I went to a couple hippie ones. I went to Lightning in a Bottle's a little more mainstream, but I went to Lightning in a Bottle.
Yes.
And then
super fun.
Another one I can't remember, but I was always like going to the cacao instructional classes and like weird classes where you'd have to like stare in people's eyes for like 3 minutes maintaining
so
eye contact.
Fun. That's so much fun. See, okay, here's the thing about Outside Lands, and this is why I have to like tell everybody about this concert. Or this festival is because the time of year it is, and in San Francisco, temperature.
I'm used to basically verging on heat stroke every single time I've ever gone to a
with
festival.
Outside Lands, like it's sometimes you have a little bit of a warmer day or a cooler day, but you go in and you can wear like a cute little like shorts and a crop, but then you also have your jacket with you and you're perfectly comfortable the entire time. Like there's never a moment where you're like, like I never was dripping in sweat. Even I'm moshing and I'm like, I'm still comfortable heat wise, that's the thing with the festivals. It can get so
you're dripping.
hot.
I'm almost always have just my hair plastered to my face. I just look disgusting.
Your makeup stays like nice the whole time in Outside Lands. There was even one time that I went and it was a little chilly. So everyone was like in pea coats, like watching these like sick bands. And it was very romantic.
Outside Lands, I feel like I would get fucked up for because
I've gotten really, really weird there.
Lots of wine.
It's very foggy memories.
I feel like that's also a thing about Outside Lands is that they have like wine.
Yes, it's all wine because it's like
that's dangerous.
Yes, it's San Francisco, so there's like these little like there's like the cheese area and the wine area, and then they also have like the drug area and like whatever. It's a lovely spot.
I haven't been to San Francisco in a long time either.
So fantastic.
Okay, anyway, sorry guys, you are just basically peeking into the conversation between me and Jess.
It's so sorry, but honestly, like we had to kind of talk about music for a second. I'm weirded out. Like I feel like we listen to a lot of music. I don't know, that's kind of like a part of who we are, and yet we've never really spoken about it.
I also really am like not above pop anthems, like love. I've never been one of those people that like.
No, we live for a pop, but I love an indie. I love a pop anthem. I will also admit for a long time, I was just like, I like everything except country music. And as I get older.
No, I like country music.
I am like, especially like some like older country.
We're going hard into Willie Nelson right now in our house.
I mean.
Gray has bought almost every single Willie Nelson album.
Can I tell you a joke that I probably will have to cut out?
Sure.
About Willie Nelson. What's the worst thing to hear when you're blowing Willie Nelson?
I don't know.
I'm not Willie Nelson.
That's pretty good, actually. You should not cut that out.
I heard it from someone the other day. I think Theo Vaughn said it on his podcast. I was laughing so hard. Just because Willie Nelson was like one of those guys that like you could be like, I think that's Willie Nelson. It's just some random old dude.
Yes, especially because he's like 80 now. That is pretty good. Also, Gray was telling me like he saw a meme where it was like Willie Nelson has been the same age my entire life, and like
prove it that it's not wrong.
Now, have you listened to his album Stardust?
I'm telling you, I'm literally like this is a new venture for me, and my brain is exploding.
Stardust is one of the most romantic albums ever.
That's I think what it is with some of the country. The romance is kind of knocking me off my feet a little bit.
Yeah.
There is some like romantic shit.
Oh yeah.
And I am like, and then being a parent too, there's all like parent stuff.
Do you listen to Sturgill Simpson? Oh, love Sturgill Simpson. Oh,
so much. Also the one artist that like blew up. Chris Stapleton.
Oh, yeah, I love Chris Stapleton.
I mean, are you joking? But
his Tiny Desk concert's so good. I don't know if you listened to that one.
Unbelievable. But I was the type of person who I resisted for so long. And I was like, no. I had like this attitude about it. And now I'm just like.
Were you one of those bitches who said anything but country?
1,000%.
Oh, yeah, I think I said that too at some point.
That was like my whole thing. I was always just like anything but country. Yeah. And there was literally a boy that I was seeing who, because of his music, I broke up with him.
Wow.
But he really sucked, and it was just a good reason.
Gray also he really plays a lot of, he's been really playing a lot of dub, like reggae dub.
Oh.
Which I've been really into. But that's not the shit I listen to alone in the car.
All right, broads, gonna take one more quick pause. You already know how I feel about at-home cooked meals, okay? Nothing beats it, but dang. Cooking can take a long time, and it can be kind of expensive, especially if you're trying to cook experimental meals or incorporate more fresh ingredients you might not usually keep on hand. I used to feel like one meal a week I got to really go for, but any more than that, our grocery bill was just kind of going through the roof. But then broads, I started using HelloFresh meal delivery kits, and I cannot believe how much money I saved, and the meals are amazing.
Well, let's get specific about the savings because they're good, you guys. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store and 82% cheaper than eating out at a restaurant. And honestly, zero quality or taste is sacrificed. And each week you'll have over 25 meals to choose from. Things like craft burgers, gourmet pasta, tasty tacos. Before you know it, HelloFresh delivers perfectly proportioned, fresh ingredients and recipe cards straight to your door. Making healthy, delicious meals has literally never been more simple.
Mm-hmm. And like I said earlier, I'm really trying to get experimental in my cooking because let's get real, my rotation of 5 or 6 dinner options can get old quick. HelloFresh has completely opened up my options, and now I actually enjoy cooking with and for my family, and they all enjoy doing it too because it's always just something new and fun and delicious. And some of the meals available on HelloFresh are ready just in 20 minutes, which has been incredible. It used to take me longer than that just to find a recipe online to try. And now, boom, you got it.
Yeah. And I love it because it has all the pre-portioned ingredients and everything, which makes it really easy for me to let Ruth join in too and help.
Yes.
So it's really fun.
The cutest
Go to HelloFresh.com/chatty12. Use code chatty12. You're going to get 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/chatty12 and use code chatty12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping.
That's such a good deal. Broads. Oh my God, broads. Okay, I have something to add to your meals. I've always loved hot sauce, and broads, after trying a lot, and I mean a lot of hot sauces in my life, I can confidently say that there is one hot sauce that reigns supreme, and that hot sauce above all hot sauces is truff.
Oh my God.
I'm not trying to be dramatic right now, but I would divorce Evan tomorrow and marry Truff the company. It's insane. Like, I've never tasted something so delicious.
When you said the word truff, I had like a Pavlovian response, and enough saliva filled my mouth to fill a swimming pool. That's not in the ad copy. That's the truth. Okay, you guys, truff is so good. It's actually going to blow your mind. It's a perfect blend of black truffles, ripe chilies, savory spices, and organic agave nectar that goes so well with any type of food. I can barely talk because I'm just salivating so much thinking about it. If you're feeling extra spicy, be sure to try their hotter sauce made with extra jalapenos, red chili, and habanero, or my personal favorite, the white truff, which is infused with super rare white truffles. Oh my God. I swear, you can add truff to literally any dish. It elevates it so much. I put it in pasta sauce. I put it on harvest bowls. I put it on tacos. I put it on eggs every morning. It goes well with everything.
It goes on everything. I was using it as just like a dip for my chips the other day. Just dip. It's just so good. Listen, we're not the only ones who love truff. It was actually one of Oprah's favorite things twice. Okay. 2 times on Oprah's favorite things. It's the #1 selling sauce on Amazon and in Whole Foods, and it has over 10,000 customer reviews online. I never knew hot sauce could have such a loyal following, but after trying it for the first time, it just made so much sense. Now I have a minimum of 2 bottles in my house at all times. I use it at least twice a day. I rant and rave to everyone about truff. This is not, I would say this regardless of this being an ad. I would just be talking about it. I'd use a whole podcast episode to talk about truff.
I would love to talk about it too. Anyway, get 15% off site-wide plus free shipping with promo code chatty at truff.com. That's 15% off everything at Truff, TRUFF. Like truffle, TRUFF. F as in fantastic. TRUFF.com, promo code chatty, truff.com, promo code chatty. Do it.
Delish. I've been listening to a lot of ancient Celtic music.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gray really likes that too. You guys would connect on that.
It like
makes you feel like you're in Lord of the Rings all the time.
It blows my mind. It's also like my 2021. Ember and I are learning some Irish. We're learning some Irish Gaelic.
Love that.
I was like, since, I ended up changing my last name to my husband's and now my Irish maiden name is gone. I'm like, I want to like learn.
Do you know what I fucking love? Like Middle Eastern pop music, that kind of shit. I sometimes see it on like reels when I'm like, I look up videos of horses for Ruth, and sometimes they'll have these horses running on the beach with like this, I don't know what type of Middle Eastern music. And I'm like, this is such a jam.
Girl, like Hindi bops. Are you joking? Some of that the Bollywood music will change your life. Will change your life. It is so fun, and then it'll have you weeping on the floor. Like, oh my God. Wow.
Love Mexican music too. Yes. Yeah, I really actually do like international music. Anyway. Oh wait, first real quick, who's your favorite, like one of your favorite pop queen artists?
I mean, here's the thing.
Billie Eilish is obvious, so don't say Billie Eilish because everyone loves Billie Eilish.
Well, Billie Eilish. I mean, like I said, Rihanna is like my god.
Okay.
I mean, like a little bit farther back though, you hit me with some Whitney Houston.
Oh my God.
I get so emotional, baby. Every time I think when that song turns on, I'm gone.
I looked up the video of her singing the national anthem and I was in tears.
Like never a voice.
And
never
the
a voice
tragedy.
like that. I know.
I mean,
She's also was like one of my favorite actresses.
Oh,
Like first, of course, The Bodyguard.
Yeah.
But you know what's underrated? The Preacher's Wife with
Never seen it.
Denzel Washington and Whitney Houston. Okay.
What?
And it is like
I've
kind
never
of
even heard of this.
And it's kind of like a Hallmarky Christmas movie where Denzel Washington is actually an angel who comes down to fix the marriage of Whitney Houston and her pastor husband, and then he starts to fall in love with Whitney Houston, and he's so hot in it. Oh my god!
What?
I used to watch that movie when I was like 10 and be like, because she's so hot and he's so hot, and I was just like, my brain was exploding.
Rotten Tomatoes reviews are not there, honey.
No, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. It's like a Hallmark. Okay. It's like a Christmas Hallmark cheesy movie, but they're both so good. But one of the best songs of all time, in my opinion, of hers came from that movie. There's a scene, broads. There's a scene where...
Thanks for bringing the broads back in, so it's not just a conversation.
Spoiler alert for this old movie, but Denzel's movie, if you're wanting to watch it, Denzel, again, angel character, trying to bring the marriage together secretly. They don't know he's an angel. And he's supposed to... He like arranged a date that the pastor husband would take Whitney on, like one of their old dates that they used to go on, and he was going to babysit the kids and do all this thing. Last minute, pastor's like, I'm too busy, and Whitney's like so sad, and so then Denzel was like, well, I'll just go with you, and so they go to this jazz club, and they recognize her there, and they're like, oh my god, we haven't seen you in forever. They're like, please go up and sing one of your songs like that you used to back in the day when you and such used to come in. She goes up on stage, and the scene where she is singing this song, this original, and Denzel is watching her and falling in love with her as the angel. And it's so hot. So the song is called I Believe in You and Me. And it's maybe one of the most romantic songs of all time.
Wow.
I believe in you and me. I believe that.
Sing it, Whitney.
We will be. Oh my God. I listen to that song, I cry.
I will. Okay. I'm going to give it a listen.
I'm telling you, you don't even have to watch the movie. You listen to I Believe in You and Me. And when she hits some of those notes and you're just like, cool, I died.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts because we've still been talking about music. I just have to throw in a couple more things. One, do you ever listen to All Songs Considered on NPR?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So that's broads. If you are looking for new music.
Not a ton.
Yeah, no, I don't either, but every once in a while I do. Broads, if you're looking for new music and you want to find ways to discover new music, All Songs Considered is one of my favorite podcasts because they'll like talk about new stuff coming out and they'll play like 45 a minute and a half long clips of new songs. I really like that. You want to listen to a really good song that's like a ballad, sort of, but like, do you know Sun Kill Moon?
Yes.
Carissa, the song Carissa?
I think I might have discovered it on
All Songs Considered. I think I did too, like a few years back or something.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. You guys want to listen to a song that will make you feel a lot? I mean, an artist, Sun Kill Moon, all of his songs are just like... You get sucked into the story.
Yeah. No, the way that he writes is like unbelievable. A poet. Snow Patrol, another artist who I feel like you want to hear poetry. Ooh. And I know Snow Patrol, here's the thing.
You think of has like chasing cars.
Yeah.
Right.
No. The lyrics that man puts out will like leave you in tears. Unbelievable. Pure absolute poetry.
You said that before, and I actually have to take a deeper dive into that.
Honestly, I mean, in my opinion, like, of course, you're always just like the original record,
Yeah.
But Final Straw, one of their original records, is fantastic.
Final Straw.
But I will tell you, as far as poetry goes, 100 Million Suns. The record 100 Million Suns came out in 2008. If you want to, and the entire record is a full Suns with SUN, 100 Million Suns. It's a full story.
Wait, why isn't this coming up on Spotify?
Really?
100 Million Suns?
100 Million Suns.
100.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking up 100. Okay.
The whole record takes you on a full journey.
Ooh.
And it's all, and like the musicianship, it like adds like, it's like lightning strike, galaxies, and it like, and it is romantic and emotional.
Okay.
And the lyrics, I mean, I can't.
Okay.
I can't recommend that album enough.
2 songs to make you feel the most profound sadness ever. 1, Carissa by Sun Kill Moon. That's a good one. 2nd, Have you heard the song Real Death by Mount Erie?
No.
Okay. Also, this like song really hits home, I think, if you've had like sort of that just impenetrable, like crushing feeling of grief ever, like someone dying like when they're not supposed to die. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I love the lyrics. It's the first lyrics are like, death is real. Someone's there and then they're not. It's not for singing about. It's not for making into art. When real death enters the house, all poetry is dumb. And you got to listen to this. You're gonna be weeping. I was listening to this in an art class where I was painting, and I'm just like normally I could hold it together. I'm like I could not help the tears falling, and I was just like, okay, no one look at me, because I am actually like about to start racking, like one of those songs that makes you like,
oh my god.
And I love the last line of it though, because, and I remember I sent it to my mom, and it just says, it's dumb and I don't want to learn anything from this. I love you. And it's like the realest shit about grief. Like, I don't want to fucking learn anything about this. This is dumb. Like, the fact that you're gone is just fucking stupid. And I just want you back. And
oh God.
It's him singing it about his wife who actually died and left of cancer and left him with their little girl. And now he's actually married, the Mount Erie guy, to like a celebrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway.
Those types of songs, and this is the corniest thing I'll ever say, but like music is like life source.
Music is life.
Music is life. But
that's the thing about music. When it hits you, you feel no pain. Everyone had that in their Facebook bio. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
But it's. I've been listening, like I said, to like a lot of like ancient music, and it's so strange how, especially with like ancient music, over the entirety of the world, there was a very similar sound, even though people didn't have contact with each other. And it was very like, and I was going down a whole spiral. Evan came into the bedroom 2 nights ago, and I was like, he'd been working till like 2:30 in the morning, and I was still awake, and I was like going down this whole thing, and I was listening to like this one like Nordic singer who was singing these ancient whatever, and I was like, Evan, all these ancient songs sound the same.
Oh yeah,
they were all over the world, all these different places. They had no way to contact each other. Why does it all sound the same? Why is there this
so
same?
Cool.
Especially when they're like singing these songs, there's like this moaning, this grief in like the thing, and I was tripping out about it.
Oh yeah,
and like, I don't know, like the idea of like when you have a song that like, forever, like it will never leave you, essentially. Like whether it be the lyrics or the melody, you know, where like I feel like you'll go to your grave. Just like that will be something that you'll remember. Like when so much else is forgotten, it's like there's those certain songs in your life that are just attached. Like I think about breakups, and I'll think about a specific song, or like you were talking about like a grieving period, and you hear that song, you know.
Or songs your parents would play. Are there songs your parents would play when you were a kid?
Oh, totally. A lot of musical theater stuff, but like also and like a lot of Duran Duran. But yeah, no, you know the song that like killed me always was do you know? Okay, so Rufus Wainwright, one of my favorite artists.
I'm not
of all
actually
time.
super familiar.
Okay, Rufus Wainwright is a gay icon. Like he is everything. I had the absolute pleasure of seeing him once do a show, just him and the piano in Palm Springs. And I was the youngest person there. And I was like 15 with one of my girlfriends there. And I was like, Rufus. He's done like full albums, just all Judy Garland songs, written then opera. Like he's an unreal artist. But his dad, he comes from a musical family, like legend. And his dad, Loudon Wainwright, you would love Loudon Wainwright.
Ooh, gonna look this up. I have so many new things to
I feel like Gray would really like it too. Like, and there's a song that Loudon Wainwright put out called "Your Mother and I," and
that sounds. I already feel like I'm gonna love it.
So Rufus had like I think one other sister, and they're all like an artistic family. But when Rufus was young, his parents decided to get a divorce, and so Loudon wrote this song, and there's to me no better song.
It's called Your Mother and I?
Yeah, there's no better song about divorce. And it's to the kids. And it's like, is your mother...
Wait, you're giving me chills.
I listen to it and I weep. And it's, your mother and I are living apart. I know that sounds stupid, but we weren't very smart. You'll stay with her and I'll visit you at Christmas on weekends in the summertime too. And so the whole then song is talking about like things happen. And then the final lyric is, your mother and I are both feeling bad. Things will get better. It won't stay this sad. And I hope when you grow up one day, you'll see your parents are people and that's all we can be. And it's just like, it is.
It makes me emotional.
Oh no, I listen to it and I cry all the time. And it's a song. I'm like, to give that to your kids. Oh no, you have
me tearing up just reading the lyrics.
No, it's like I heard it. I remember like right after my parents got divorced, and I was like a grown ass human hearing it, and I was like sobbing. And it was just the simplicity of like, there's no better way to describe divorce, where it's like, yeah, this sucks, and no, it's not your fault, but we're just people, and we're gonna do our best, and that's one day you'll grow up and you'll figure out that that's all that we can be is just people.
And I love those, like there's some songs that are just sentimental too. Like my dad, he loved the song Sarah Smile by Hall & Oates. And he wanted to name my little sister Sarah because of that song.
Oh my God.
And so even though that's a romantic song, whenever I play it, I think of my dad talking about wanting, he'll always send me little songs and be like, oh, this made me think of like this time in my life or this. And then that always makes me so emotional. Oh man, there's so...
My dad used to listen to Eminem, so I don't really have... My mom was more of the music. My dad just be like...
My dad was obsessed with Third Day. We always listened to a lot of Third Day.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of Third Day.
Still takes me back every time I listen to it.
It's some powerful shit.
Good stuff.
I'm about to, after we're done recording this, I'm about to just like blow up my music for and just listen hard.
You gotta listen to Real Death.
I know, I'm going to, and I'm
scoop out your insides and just like throw them on the table.
I will prepare myself to not be able to function for about an hour.
You know what's another one of my favorite albums is Cat Stevens. I love Cat Stevens.
Get out of here. Oh my God.
Father and Son.
Oh my God.
Oh, I have chills. Like, you're still young. There's so much you have to learn. Whatever. How does it go? Find a girl, settle down. Okay, there's this. Okay, just a little trigger warning, like skip ahead like 30 seconds. There is going to be mention of like self-harm. So skip ahead like just 1 minute. So on All Songs Considered, there was this woman on this episode that said like it was called Songs That Changed My Life, and everyone had a different story. So this woman was in a really toxic relationship as a teenager in the 70s, and basically her and her boyfriend had made like a suicide pact. And she was literally like driving in the car and she just felt like there was no other option for whatever reason. I mean, who else knows what was going on in her life? And that song came on the radio, and those lyrics of like, you're still young, like I can't remember what the exact lyrics are. Like, that's not your fault. There's so much you have to live for. Like, look at me. She said there are these lyrics, look at me. I am old and I am happy. And that,
oh God,
big chills, right? Yeah. And that perspective of like the father to the son of like, look at me, I'm old and happy. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, get married. Like, you have got so much more life left to live. And she described that of like this of like a parent telling their child, like, yes, life's hard right now, but like there's so much beauty in it. You've got, look at me, I'm old and happy. And she literally like the song saved her life, like literally saved her life. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was that song that was so powerful.
I mean, music, when you talked about Cat Stevens, I'm like, I literally remember a specific moment when I was kind of in my interim processing my, at the time, Christianity. And I was like shifting and I was like all fucking messed up about it and felt a lot of shame and whatever. And I remember I was listening to the radio and Peace Train came on. And I broke down. And it was like,
I know you're making me.
No, and it like had like I had like a shift. And like now whenever I'm like feeling this like weird shame stuff, like I'll throw on Peace Train by Cat Stevens and I'll just be like Oh
Reset.
man, yeah, it fucks me up.
Oh yeah, you've got me all emotional now. That album in particular is just like, wow.
Oh,
fire.
Yeah, so good. So good.
You know, and music really does like save people's lives. And I know that, you know, one of those artists for me actually, and don't give me shit, guys. I don't want to fucking hear it. One of those artists for me is Kanye West. Mm-hmm. His album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I was in one of the hardest moments like of my life for a lot of different reasons. And I would get in the car and I would put on that album and I would listen to it and I would just be like, and I would cry and I would be like, at the same time, like, I've fucking got this. And like, there's still something about, not all of his albums, but some of his albums where I'll put it on and it's like, just it's like speaking to my soul. And even like Life of Pablo, actually, when he's talking about like this sort of like this devil that wants him to sin and like these two sides of him that like want to do good and want to be bad and like, and him processing through like, spirit, his Christianity and all this kind of stuff like just hits home. And yeah, music is fucking powerful. So Kanye West is one of my other favorites.
Oh, I feel like everybody has to have something where it's like it like this past year in quarantine, I hadn't listened to music for a while and I started to listen to so much music and it's like it was like life-giving where you're like, I remember especially towards the top when it was like quarantine was dialed, like it was like you couldn't leave your house at all, like at all. I listened to so much music and I'm like, I don't know, like mentally, like without having like music bumping and like shifting the moods and like dancing around the house and kind of just being like, okay, like oof, I mean,
like, yeah, because sometimes you put on a song and you're just like, it changes everything. You're like,
for me, one of those bands is the main one is Nickelback.
Shut the fuck up. That will just take my dark place and I'll just skyrocket
when I hear, look at this photograph. Every time I do it, makes me laugh. I laugh.
I bet there will be people who are like, there are some good fucking Nickelback songs.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to deny to you that like that they have some melodies that like they get stuck in your head, and for a melody to get like, people can shit on music, but if there's a melody that you will remember, I will look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh.
Yeah. I mean, look I'm singing it. You're singing it. We're singing it. You're probably singing along in your car to it too right now.
So it's like, do I like it? No. But like, is it is the melody quality? Like, you can't deny.
Like Snow Patrol, there are certain artists that their hits are far from their best.
Oh, absolutely.
Another one like that is Kings of Leon.
I'm throwing... Girl, Kings of Leon is so good. Like, so fucking good. And then they kind of get put in this box because it's just like, oh, sex on fire. And you're like, no, dude, like,
no, you don't get it.
You don't understand.
Yes, they do get put in this box. Sex, almost like a nickel, or use somebody. Sex on fire and use somebody. I'm sorry, some of the most trash songs to come from them.
No,
Aha, Shake, Heartbreak is my favorite.
So good, so good. I mean, I also like when they first started, like a lot of their original stuff, like On Call, it's grungy. Like if you like some like grungy music, like it was a whole thing. Like Shake, Heartbreak, because of the times. Yeah, that record was like, I mean, Charmer with him like screeching.
And
even love like some of their new stuff, like Mechanical Bull.
I haven't listened to anything pretty much recent. Anything.
I don't like their most recent album, but Come Around Sundown is very like country-ish.
Interesting.
And it just like, it just feels good. You turn it on and you're like, I just feel better.
Now, honestly, the only one I've really dived into is Aha, Shake, Heartbreak. I'm kind of like that sometimes where I'll go into one album and I literally will not hear any of the other albums.
Yes.
But I'll have to
yeah, I mean, it's definitely Come Around Sundown, very different from Aha, Shake, Heartbreak. But like, it's, if you're in the mood where you're like, you know what it is? the sun is like it's
coming down sun.
Yep, come around sundown. It's dusk. Like you're cooking. Ruth and Franklin are playing Grey's, and like a family moment. And you turn that record on. You're like, it feels good. It's like a family record.
Have to listen to that then.
Yeah, it just feels nice. It's warm.
I always feel that way, honestly, about John Mayer. Do you like John Mayer?
Love John Mayer.
John is just.
I mean, again, another person that I feel like it's like people are just like, oh well, you know. I'm like, yeah, there's reasons.
The musicianship.
There's reasons why there's like also like Coldplay. Everybody shits on Coldplay.
I like Coldplay.
Coldplay
for
is
sure.
Like Chris Martin's writing is insane.
Yellow tears.
I mean,
every time.
Like,
yeah, no, I like Coldplay. I feel like people even shit on like Viva La Vida, and I'm like, that's a dank ass song.
Viva La Vida makes me sob.
I love it. My dad loved that song. When it came out, we would listen to it all the time.
Oh no, listen, like was it on that record? It's like, yes, when you think about then like different artists, and then like you have all these memories of whatever. What song was it? There was a song, Coldplay song. Oh, Paradise.
Oh,
could be paradise. Yeah, that's the moment. That song turned on in my car, and I'm like, I'm having a daughter.
Oh.
And I heard it's like, there she was, just a girl. And I'm like, and I literally felt like I was like, and I looked at Evan and I go, we're having a girl. I was like, that's my kid. And it was like this, like whatever. And then Evan, then on the way home from the hospital, a new Coldplay song came on that was about like a little girl, and he was just sobbing. And like, it was like this connection to like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there's just those certain moments where you're like, oh, this.
There is also, I know you're going to be on the same page with this one too, Kesha.
Oh.
Now, I haven't really dove into a bunch of other stuff, but Rainbow in particular.
Do you know Kesha has a podcast now? And she does like she does creepy stories with Kesha, and she has like, we'll talk about ghosts and aliens and shit. And guys, I was like,
you know what to do? Hit Kesha up so you can talk about your fucking ghost stories.
Yes, let's talk with Kesha.
There's a song on that one. I actually don't like Praying, which was like one of the hit songs.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that either.
It's kind of,
it was a little intense for me.
Kind of corny, like almost like Virgin corny.
Yeah, it was a little intense for me. But yeah, teach his own.
But there's the hymn, actually the hymn song.
Yes,
that one always really gets me. But there was actually a whole album I put together for birth with Ruth. And then, did you listen to music when you were giving birth? I was like, no one talk. Shut off the fucking music. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing. That's kind of where
I made a playlist.
Yeah, me too.
And then nobody would leave me alone while I was trying to give birth in the hospital. And there was always like all these people in, and the noise of the music with all the people talking, I was just getting stressed out. So I was just like dead silence.
Because I put together some of my favorite songs ever for this playlist.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you and Evan have a song?
You know what's kind of shitty? Is that it's so weird too, because like he's in music, and like we don't have like a
wait, sorry, keep going.
Oh my God, you scared me.
No, I was just gonna say, are you a Ben Folds fan?
Love Ben Folds.
I want to see him live. Pure emotion. You're probably, I bet you would fuck him too.
Oh, 100%.
Anyway, continue.
I would most.
I thought about it because my old piano teacher's song, their song was the Ben Folds song, The Luckiest.
Oh, that song? I mean, anytime you hear that song, like, it's just weeping. Like game over.
So, yeah.
No, but it's weird because like our song is this song that is actually really depressing. Because it was when we were in the middle of a breakup. And I love that. And he sent it to me.
Ooh. And during the breakup?
Oh. Yeah, it was so rough. Do they not have it on? I was gonna say, I always forget the name of it, and it's on a Snow Patrol record. It's Snow Patrol. Oh. It's on a Snow Patrol record. Oh,
I'm gonna listen to it in the car.
It's on a deluxe portion. I'm not finding it on. And I actually haven't listened to it in forever. But
the deluxe version of which album?
Eyes Open.
Okay.
And
I really want to find it so I can listen to it. I love listening to like people's songs.
Oh,
and
it's very it's very intense, and you're like, how is that your song? But it messes me up big time.
And you can't find it?
I can't find it because it was on the deluxe. This is really annoying, actually.
Yeah, find it so you can say it, because I'm sure everyone will want to.
You know what another one of our songs is?
What?
So one of our big, like we really had 2 songs and both of them were Snow Patrol. The Planets Bend Between Us
Ooh.
is on the 100 Million Suns Snow Patrol record. That, and again, we were broken up. And the lyrics, the description of the romance of the planets bend between us, like the lyrics from that will fuck you up. And we wanted to use that as like our wedding song. But it was so depressing that we just we're like, nobody's going to understand what's going on. Like, this is going to be so dramatic. Do you and Gray have a song?
I believe we decided that we were both going to like at our wedding. I don't know if we have like a song, but we decided that we were going to dance to now I got to find it.
Do you know we danced to
what did
Coldplay? We danced to Green Eyes.
Oh, I was like,
but I was trying. I like the song a lot, but I couldn't. I was never happy with the song that we danced to, like, because I'm like, our songs aren't ones that you could dance to. So I was trying to find something, and I was never fully satisfied. I like the song a lot, but I was like, that's not our song though. Like,
Willie Nelson's like, so we both want to dance to Stardust by Willie Nelson, which is so sad, but it's actually a sad song. He's dreaming of a lost love, but I just...
Well, listen, I say do it. I regret not dancing to one of our sad songs for our wedding, because now when I think about our wedding dance, I'm kind of like, yeah, but it like wasn't a song that meant a ton to us. It was just a song that like...
I also think it's incredibly romantic to think about the love lost, even if it's right there in front of you, you know?
Of course.
I think all the time, I'm always worried that Grayson's going to die. Maybe it's just anxiety, but then one time I told him, I was like, you seem like somebody that would, this is like right when we first started dating, I was like, you seem like someone that would die in your 30s. And he's like, sometimes I think that too.
Oh my God.
So I think about that a lot. So I think about myself listening to Stardust when he's dead.
This is horrible.
I like that though.
It is romantic. I remember when Evan and I, we had been broken up. And then we got back together. And one of the first things, we were driving together, we were listening to a record, and he looked over at me. And it was like the most romantic thing I've ever heard, even though it's so sad. But it's that type of thing. He's like, can I tell you what song I want you to play if I die before you at my funeral?
What?
And it was a Mute Math song at the time. I don't know if he'd want that now. But I remember being like, oh my God, that is the most romantic Romeo and Juliet shit I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, read some lyrics, please.
From the Mute Math song?
Yeah.
It's called You Are Mine. And it's like, you just have to like, Mute Math, You Are Mine. It is so emotional.
Speaking of country, do you know Don't Take the Girl by Tim McGraw?
No.
Oh my God. I always love a good song. There's the Christian song, the walking her home, holding her hand song. You know how that one, it like, does the repetition. So it's like, he was walking her home when they were little kids. And then at the end, she's dying in the hospital and he's walking her home, holding her hand. I love that kind of structure.
Oh.
The best.
Like Stephen Curtis Chapman's Cinderella.
Stephen Curtis Chapman, the album after his daughter died, is one of the most soul-crushing albums.
Yeah, if you're not, if you weren't raised Christian, you're probably not going to know who we're talking about. But that record was I listened to that song occasionally and
Their daughter was a little girl running out to see her brother, who was like 17.
Yeah.
And there was an extremely tragic accident and she passed. And so he wrote this album in the wake of that. And there's this song called Just Have to Wait, where he's like talking about how he dreams of like being with her, but he'll just have to wait until he gets to heaven. Like she'll be there and like, tears.
No, I'm like, I can't.
No, the Don't Take the Girl and Tim McGraw though is like, it starts out like Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing when he was 8 years old. And he basically goes all about like when he's a little boy, he's like, he wants to take this girl with him and his dad fishing. Then like it cuts to like them being older and they're on a date and this guy is like holding them up because like for money and he's like, take my wallet, take anything, but please don't take the girl. And then it cuts to them and they're having a baby and the doctor says the baby's fine, but you'll have to leave because his mom is fading fast. And he prayed God, take the very breath you gave me, take the heart from my chest. I'll gladly take her place if you let me make this my last request. Take me out of this world, but God, please don't take the girl. And it starts at the little line again. Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing when he was 8 years old. So you don't know if she dies or not, but he has the...
Oh, no. It's called Don't Take the Girl.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to go listen to all these afterwards and
one.
literally weep.
Yeah, he'll just cry and cry and cry. But
yeah,
I want to dance to Stardust with Gray, and then me and my dad, I decided when I was a little girl that I wanted to listen to Landslide.
Oh, fantastic.
Because there's the line in it, like, oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? You know, can the child in my, I don't remember the lyrics, is rise above? And I always think of the line where it says, like, I've been afraid of changing because I built my life around you, and, you know, time makes you bolder, children get older, I'm getting older too. And I've always thought of that as like a father-daughter song of like,
oh gosh,
I built my life around you, Dad, and, you know.
Dude, the father-daughter stuff really fucks me up. Like, I can't handle that. Nope.
Right? So I would have danced to that with my dad. It's just like, I've been afraid of changing because I built my life around you, Dad. I'm getting older too, and it'll be the song I dance to as I'm getting married.
All those like getting old. No, I can't. The father-daughter, the getting older music.
Getting older stuff of like growing up. Another Christian one, Butterfly Kisses.
Oh, I mean, of course. Are you joking? Are you joking? Yeah. A few things. Number one, Evan wrote a song for Ember that, like, have you heard that song?
Yes.
And it's her voice is at the beginning, and she's talking to him, and she's like, "I love you, Daddy," and he's like playing all these strings over. Yeah,
I listened to it, I think, on Instagram, but
it's under the artist name Tripper, but it's called Burn Bright Baby, which is like, we have that tattooed, and he wrote this song, and it was like he wrote it and he was having a really hard time in life, and he was like in the studio so late constantly every night.
I love the album
photo. And it's it's their hands together, and it just like messes me up like big time. I heard that song, and he like came into the studio late one night and like all night like stayed up and wrote this song, and he like came in and his like eyes were red. Then the next morning I was like, "What have you been doing?" And he was just like, then full breakdown, whatever. It's just about her. And then when he put her little talking voice in there at the beginning, I was just like, very cool. I every time I hear it, I die. But so he wrote that. Two of the most romantic things that ever happened with Evan with me. I am not somebody who enjoys someone playing a guitar.
No. You don't have to give that disclaimer. We've talked about it so many times. I know. I get it.
I hate it. Yeah. Like, it makes me super uncomfortable.
But
he once, when we were dating, like, I was like 16, he was 17, and I was having like all these crazy panic attacks all the time. My mental health was like in shambles. He would always be like, he would like hold me like during my panic attacks because I'd want like pressure and whatever.
Yeah.
And so he then, first song he ever wrote and like recorded and put together, he gave me one day, and he wrote a song for me to play while I was having a panic attack if he wasn't there. And it was like this song that was just like this encouragement song. And like,
you still have it.
I legit found it the other day. Like, it's a CD. And I have to download it. Like, cause it's like a CD. Like, I didn't have it downloaded in a computer. Cause I mean, I was 16. That was a long time ago. And I found it the other day. Messed me up. And then after we got married, or I guess while we were dating, then into marriage, he wrote for the one band that he was in for a little while, he wrote this one song, and it was about me. And every time he would play it, and he would be like live, he'd be like at a decent sized show. I'd stand in the front row, and he'd stare at me the entire time. And he would do a whole thing at the top, and I'd always be like, "You don't have to say anything." And he'd be like, "This song is about my girl,
the
like she's right there," and he like stare at me the whole time, and I was always just like, and normally when someone's staring at me singing, I'm like, stop. But if it's in front of all these people and I'm getting the attention,
and it's not awkward,
like, give it to me. It was so romantic.
See, this is the problem. I'm ending up at the end of the day after only dating musicians since puberty. I'm now dating someone who is a tone deaf, offbeat hack. I'm furious.
He can write a movie about you one day.
No, he can't.
He can't write a script, you don't think? And call it Rebecca?
Too on the nose. I did have oh my gosh, I had my high school boyfriend. He wrote me a song called Helena, which is my middle name. And it was like, it was actually like really, really sweet. And he played it for me on Valentine's Day. It was before we were even officially dating. And it was this, I've had a couple songs written for me and I did actually love them. You're right.
When you have a song written for you, it's a different thing than someone looking at you singing a song that's been written before. Like, hey, watch this by a bonfire.
Singing in the dead of night.
You're just like, okay, like, where am I? Am I supposed to stare at you or look somewhere else? That's always the biggest issue. Like, do I look directly into your eyes or do I avoid eye contact? Because you're staring right at me.
I had a long distance boyfriend who played a song over Zoom.
Oh,
and he wasn't that good.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
But
by the way, though, when all of a sudden you are on the fence about someone and they end up busting out and they're a really good musician or they sing really well, and then you're like, whoa, so many more points.
Nick wrote a lullaby for Ruth.
Oh, that was so sweet.
You've heard it?
No, you told me that he wrote it.
I haven't heard it. We're not really talking right now, though, so still haven't heard it. But you know, awkward.
Send DMs.
No, don't. Don't. Anyway, I like how this episode, this is a full episode now, I think, of us just talking about music.
I know, we're just going to call it Music Broads. This is not what we were expecting to talk about, but...
Oh my God, Jess, I'll do this. I'll make a Spotify playlist and we can
let's do a combined Spotify playlist?
I was going to say, well, we can do that, but no, what I was actually going to say is any track we've talked about on here, we can add it to the playlist and link it so that everyone after can go and listen to every song we've been talking about.
Such a fun idea.
So I'll remember the ones that I can remember, but then I don't know if you guys are going back and listening to it or whatever. We can compile the list. I'll put the Spotify together and we can link it in the show notes.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
That'll make it a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's really fun.
And we can't play clips, unfortunately, guys, because we get demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be really fun to put in snippets, but sorry.
They'd flag us. They'd flag us.
Not doing it.
Oh my God, that's so fun though. I love that.
Me too. Anyway,
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's just so much. Maybe we can make this an active playlist, and then we'll maybe just do another playlist, or you and I can put ours out there and just start adding
what
stuff to it. Yeah, currently, all I'm listening to is Len and Stella over and over and over again. I'll put
don't know who that is.
Len and Stella, the song "Golf on TV."
Okay, adding that.
The lyric, I mean, I'm just so blown away sometimes by people's abilities. Just the idea, the way that she describes something, the lyrics are some people want to switch it up, just one love would ever be enough. And some people watch golf on TV and neither of those things make sense to me. I'm that's so good. That's so clever. So fucking good.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Just mwah, mwah, mwah. Also, her voice is just insane. But, anywho,
I could just go on it. We could just go on and geek out about music all day, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, this episode ended up being something that I wasn't expecting. But you know what? All that this does for me is this lights a fire under my butt to be when everything opens again, we need
First
to
of
have
all, outside lands,
but also that's just between us. But oh my God, it would be fun to have something where it's we're all going to this concert, let's meet up. An old Christian band. Let's all meet up because Lifehouse is reuniting.
Hell yes.
Acceptance is reuniting for the second time for a day. And we're all gonna listen to it. Beach goth, something like that. That would be really fun.
I'm into it.
We love it.
Everyone meet up at Stephen Curtis Chapman concert.
I mean, I'm down.
I bet he puts on a really good show.
He does. And you know what? Legit, Evan and I, 2 days ago, he busted the guitar out and we were playing old worship songs, singing together for 3 hours.
Me and Taylor, my friend, when we were hanging for my birthday, we somehow stumbled upon like a youth group album on Spotify, and we were singing along to "It's a big, big house with lots and lots of people, a big, big table with lots and lots of food." Yeah, big, big yard so we can play football. Just Christian things. Anyway,
Christian things.
Just Christian things. But yeah, I'm stoked on this. I hope y'all like it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy. I mean, I'm excited now to know what music you like and that we actually like a lot of the same stuff, which is exciting.
What I want to hear from, and we'll make sure to put this on the post on Instagram. I want everyone in the comments on the Instagram post to say your number one tearjerker song.
Yes. We
gotta narrow it down. Not like your favorite song. Favorite tearjerker song. The one that will without a doubt bring you to tears in the car.
Oh my God. And we can have like
sobs,
a heart.
preferably.
And we can also from that make a heartbreak playlist. Broad's Heartbreak. Yes. Oh my God. This is.
Love it.
I'm excited to hear new music recs too. It's been a while.
Me too.
Well, broads, we love you all. We love you, music broads, band broads, bass broads, baritone broads.
You're killing it. I couldn't even move fast enough. Take it away, queen. Take it away.
Take it away. But we'll chat soon. We'll sing soon. Chat soon.
Well, chime in. No, I couldn't think of anything with a CH.
Just chant soon.
Chant. That sounds weird.
That does.
That's our
weird.
cult. Chant soon.
I mean, to come 2022. I don't know. Chat soon, broads.
All right. Bye.